Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 84. My name's Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our wonderful leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Brad, and folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Nightly Podcast. And this is the 84th podcast here at ARK. Everything's looking amazing, folks. Price is at $5.71 BUSD. Market cap 4,687,362, and we are looking to do another Spark price pool tonight, as we do every single evening, of 175.26 and growing ARK. That's a street value of 1,000.73 BUSD. And folks, so far we've given away 35 Spark rewards with a valued BUSD of 26,212.04 BUSD. That's amazing. That's a lot of money, folks, to give away in prizes here for the Spark winners. There's only been 35 of them. Tonight, we're going to pick out the 36th winner. We're going to go ahead and do that after we do some updates. And, man, we've got a pretty exciting one for you guys tonight. If you're looking here on the screen, if you're live with us on a podcast, you can see that just a little bit ago, about an hour and a half ago, we did a promotion with the folks over at Gollum's Gems. They are a huge, huge community on Telegram, also on the Twitter. So Dave sent a tweet out that we have partnered with them to do a giveaway to 7 of their NFT holders. And the winners have been the soldiers. That's what their NFTs are called. Number 70, 65, 61, 7, 54, 74, and 52 were randomly selected, and they were given $200 each worth of ARK deposited directly to their vault so they could start winning with the rest of the ARK community here. So we'd like to welcome them on board. Welcome, guys. Hope you spend some time with us and you learn how to manage your investment, how there's so many ways to really, create that passive income here on a long-term basis at ARK. So anything you need, please do come and join us here at the podcast or anytime that you like. We always have one of our great admins with an open VC ready to answer your questions, and an amazing community that's growing, empathetic, and here to make sure that every new investor really has all of their questions, anything they want to know, answered immediately. Let's go, guys. With that, we're also working on some really big YouTubers. Today, I saw the version that was just created by a Ukrainian YouTuber. He's got a huge following of 67,000 crypto investors. He did a great short video for us today. That's going to be, uploaded, I believe, between tonight and tomorrow morning as he's working on the thumbnail. But we're ready to receive also those investors as we have Ukrainian language support here in our Telegram as well as Russian. So looking forward to us really planting our flag with this gentleman and, bringing on board so many new investors from those communities in Ukraine and Russian. So as soon as that's ready to go, we'll go ahead and share it here for all of you. And we've got 2 other really big YouTubers that are working on content for us as we speak. It's going to be a massive week, folks. So can't wait to really drop that here for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and show our support. And we want, to really just express to everybody that everyone here is doing so well on the ARK and really just maximizing their investment. There's a lot of folks that are already reaching a return on investment. Congratulations to all of you as well. And I'll turn over to Brett to see what updates we have from his side.
Yeah, thank you, Atlas. I might recap a couple that were yesterday. I know we had a little bit smaller audience on Sunday, which is normal. But we do have some activity going on. Jan posted about the DAO. He's getting the landing page hooked up so we can do verifications with the group of NFT holders. So if you're new to ARK, the NFTs, the legacy NFTs are our ownership protocol, and they also have a DAO component to them. So there's several different utilities. One is to help manage your vault, CWR, which is our compound withdrawal ratio, a little differently than people without a legacy NFT. So it gives you more flexibility in your investment. You can compound more often. You can also maintain that 2% a little bit longer because you are able to compound and not withdraw as much. And then also they do give you your referral levels. So depending on the type of NFT you purchase, you can get those referral levels down. They also have their own rewards pool, which we're seeing a return between 0.3% and 0.4% every day. So I just want to remind everybody that there's that's a nice stable return for a bear market like this. I think a lot of people are looking for that passive income, not just from the vault, the foundation, but also those legacy NFTs. So I know a lot of people are saving up for those. They're stacking into the foundation, and then they're going to be, taking the money out of the foundation and putting it into the legacy NFT. So I think that's a valuable process to follow if you're looking to get closer to, the long-term vision that we have here at ARK and be part of the DAO. And that group is going to be an exclusive group that's going to see things before others do, be able to vote, and then also vote on proposals that we put forward for external investments and any changes that are coming with the expansion as we grow here at the ARK. Also, we still have the ARK competition going on, which is a Telegram exclusive competition where if you update your name to include the ARK, you qualify to win up to 200 BUSD in a giveaway that we're going to, I believe it's cutting off on the 26th, and then we're going to do a drawing for the winner in the days to follow. So only a few more days left to participate in that, but still time, and it's great to see so many people that are engaging and participating in that. It's nice to see across Telegram in different groups and also on the podcast here today. Other than that, that's about it from my end. Just been working on some marketing things and strategy work and some things that we're looking forward to. As you mentioned, the web app, we've been just making more and more progress on that. We should have something in the next couple weeks. We're hoping that we can share with a walkthrough and a final version that we're going to be testing. So that's what we're really working on now behind the scenes. And that's going to give a lot of people the ability to share the ARK investment, much easier, and also just have access through their phone, which we know is a big hurdle with a lot of people that don't know how to use, the web app through, their mobile browsers, and they have, not as easy a time managing their investment. So we think this is going to be a big leap forward, and it's going to develop a platform for us to plug in new products and then start our simplification process where we can start to streamline a lot of the processes we see today with, connecting your wallet and sending money over with the central exchange and all those things we've talked about that are big hurdles to getting people into DeFi. So looking forward to that. And that's a really big development that we're hoping will really change the game and bring a lot of spotlight onto Arkfi and what we're doing here. So that's about it on my end. Do you have anything else you wanted to add? I know you mentioned a couple YouTubers and a couple lounge groups coming over, so that's great to see. Been working behind the scenes to bring over some other big community leaders. So I think we're at a bright future here ahead. And I know this first couple months is usually sort of that, the big launch and then sort of a little bit of a quiet period. But as we establish ourselves, people see what we've got going on here and they see the consistent returns that people are getting. I think we're going to see this thing really start to take off.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Folks are really happy and they're growing. I mean, the benefits that folks are really experiencing from ARK are really being felt. And I know folks are talking about it in other communities. I know investors are coming. I mean, we see it here. We're already at 2,583 ARK Vaults account and growing on a steady rate. And we do foresee that as we put the PWA and we cross over the DeFi bridge on over to the real world, start getting these folks that are, average Joes and Janes that are looking for passive income, high yield. They're going to be able to find that here in DeFi through ARK. That's going to really be a game changer. We understand that, and we're preparing ourselves. We're making sure that our community is in a shape and a form of education where they're able to be leaders and they're able to be here to receive and answer all the questions, help our admins, and go out of their way to make sure that every new investor finds a great community of folks that are empathetic, they're happy, they're earning, they're getting their ROIs, and they're just ready to receive with open arms any new investor that wants to come and join and play the same game that's doing so well for all of us. So looking forward to all that, guys, as well as I believe it's February 5th over at the Discord, The Pillars, with Mr. Mad Hatter. We're going to be playing poker with a couple of other projects. It's going to be pretty interesting. And there's opportunity for the folks that are going to participate in the audience. They can buy $5 NFTs to support their project. It's a grand prize of $10,000 up to that. That is going to be won by one of the projects through the game. So hope to see you guys all there. And as you go ahead and mint those, please do let us know here in the main chat if you've gone ahead and purchased one of them. And through that, you also get the opportunity to be the mystery poker player. One of the buyers of those NFTs for the communities is going to be randomly selected, and they will get to sit at the table with the big boys and play the game of poker. So looking forward to that, man. It's going to be pretty awesome. And of course, we want to win, but most importantly, we want to go and communicate and connect with these other communities of investors. And it's a great opportunity for us to engage and talk about Spark. I can assure you, folks, that there is not a project out there that gave away over $1,000 worth of their native token yesterday. It's about to do it again today, but we are here doing it, and we understand that folks are really enjoying that. It's taking their investment to a whole other level. Spark is an absolute smash, well received, and the envy of the DeFi market. So folks, let's see, Coach Brad, how are you doing tonight? Let's talk all aboard. Let's talk growth. Let's talk motivated investors who are happy. They're getting their ROI pretty soon. They're bringing people on board. They're writing Medium articles, and they're helping us to really have that expansion and that growth, as we really don't want to leave anyone behind, right?
Oh yes, exactly that, Atlas. So after our special guest yesterday came on, I thought to myself, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write a Medium article about this fantastic process. But unfortunately, I didn't. There aren't enough hours in the day, and that hasn't been completed. But that will certainly be something I will be finishing up over the next couple of days, and perhaps present to the community, because what a legend, Eternal. Just what an absolutely fantastic idea, and to share that with everyone. He's not keeping these secrets to himself. He's sharing, and he wants the whole community to grow. He wants each and every one of you guys to grow, and we all share that sentiment. So that is definitely something that we want to put on into writing and get out there, because it's just. It blew me. It blew me away. I haven't had any contact with any YouTubers yet, but all day I've been looking, trying to pick the correct people, and just going to try and build my team by onboarding some influencers and some YouTubers, because I just was totally blown away. And he's had unbelievable results. For anyone that doesn't know, we were talking yesterday, and I think at one point he had a third of all of the drip wallets underneath him. Very, very intelligent, empathetic, lovely human being. And, I'm going to try and follow in his footsteps, because what a fantastic idea. And the fact that he shared it with everyone is just absolutely amazing. So, shout out to Eternal. I don't think he's with us tonight. For the season, certainly am completely bullish. And, he's a great guy. He loves to network. So, for tonight, for the segment, I have a Medium article that I wrote today called, where are we? Can I share my screen, Atlas?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much. Where are we? Here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Perfectly clear.
Awesome. So, I wrote an article, Project Insider, how to make 100K in 2 years with ARK. And, right, okay, let's have a little look. So, can I get rich with a small investment in the Arkfi protocol? The answer is yes. There are many ways to get there, so let's take a look at the how-to. Everyone knows from older protocols the power of compounding is amazing, and can make huge profits from small investments, and it's the same at ARK. The big difference, though, ARK team have recognized that hyper compounding is good for the first comers, and the late comers provides exit liquidity for. I think there's a slight mistake there. They've recognized that hyper compounding is good for the first comers, and the late comers provide exit liquidity for those early investors. That has been abolished at ARK, because the system forces you to take profits along the way. Hindsight's 2020, right? The system has been built with the end user in mind, who's joining in a year or 2 years' time. Sustainability is key and was one of the main focuses the team had in mind from day one. No one can get any more from a single wallet than anyone else, no matter how you approach the investment, but you can get there on different timescales, depending on a few factors. 80,000 ARK tokens is the max payout for a wallet, and the current price is $5.75. I started writing this article a couple of days ago. The price has changed, has varied slightly since then, which is mind-blowing. There is a tax involved, of course. And you take your profits along the way, meaning there is no long wait period to ROI or actually take your profits, nor are you shunned for doing so. And it's not only encouraged, it's forced, meaning no big dumps on the chart when people approach max wallets. And then this chart is from Kelly Snook's calculator. The numbers don't lie. This section, the numbers. So as you can see from the chart above, from just a $300 investment, the potential earnings are massive. So here you can see, it has the various different CWRs. Original investment of $326, and the max payout for this is 133,815. It varies slightly depending on the CWR strategies. As you can see from the chart above, just a $300 investment, the potential earnings are massive. Also, you can see that the time frames are significantly different depending on how you approach it. If your goals are to ROI quicker versus build your bag faster to reach a higher daily return faster. The game theory is there, and picking what is right for your situation is essential. So again, as you can see, the time scales are vastly different depending on how you approach this. The legacy NFTs certainly speed up your how long it takes you to get to max wallet versus, someone who drops below the 0.75. It's a considerable difference. So very, very important to keep an eye on that CWR and not drop below that 0.75 ratio. There are other factors involved. There are other factors as well, like the legacy NFTs. The column of CWR equals 2.5 is only possible with the use of a silver legacy NFT, which allows you to compound more aggressively and costs $1,000. But look how it significantly propels your investment, which is what we just looked at here with the time frames versus not having the legacy NFT. The next chart is looking at the investment with a starting capital of $1,000 and the 3 different legacy NFTs available for purchase. Because the chart doesn't quite fit in here, I had to cut it off into sections. So I just explain here that the CWR 1.8 excuse me, to 2.5 is the silver, 3.67 to 6 is the gold, and the 13 is the platinum, just because that is cut off at the beginning here. Oh, sorry, give me a second. So yeah, again, significantly different. As you can see, the amounts don't change. They vary ever so slightly to do with the maximum you can take out of the system for any one wallet. But the time scale, you can't see it here, but this is the yearly income and year 1, year 2, year 3. And you can see it's significantly different. So, this is the power of the legacy NFTs, how much time you save, because you can't buy time. Everybody knows, there's plenty of things you can purchase, but time is not one of them. Right now, the multi-wallet strategy. Now, here's where the numbers start getting crazy. The multi-wallet strategy. With an investment of 5 wallets, all with 50 ARK tokens in each, the earning potential goes through the roof. That's a total investment of $1,500 could turn into over $660,000. This when this calculator came out, guys, and I looked into it, the Kelly Snook calculator. I mean, this is just phenomenal. It's just absolutely crazy, these numbers here. Sorry, let me just put that on silent. So this is now with 5 wallets in the system, with 50 ARK in each. So it says total invested is $326, but that's in each wallet. That's not total. So it's slightly over 1,500. I'll adjust that. Yeah, and look at the potential earnings, guys. Over $500,000. It's closer to $750,000 than it is $500,000, and it's just absolutely crazy. And you'd think, oh well, must take 10, 15 years to get to that stage where where I've earned that much money at a 2,049 ROI. But no, it's not. It's 4 years. Depending on, again, how you approach the investment. This is with no legacy NFT. This is with no legacy NFT. It's 5 years. Where are you going to find anything in life that you can put £1,500 into, and at any point it's ever going to turn into that money? It's just incredible. And then when you start getting into the legacy NFT columns, the time is significantly reduced. End of 4 years, $666,000, $932. Like, it's just crazy that the numbers are insane. That is the power of compounding and what is offered here at ARK. It really is absolutely fantastic. It all comes down to how fast you want to reach your max payout and how you want to play the game. And all of this is based on a solo investor who isn't team building. Add that to the equation and you could get to Mars before Elon Musk. Because, guys, this is just one person investing, $326 in a wallet with 5 wallets. You add team building into that, it just goes through the roof. It's phenomenal, this is why we, encourage people and motivate people to team build, because the potentials are through the roof when you add team building into this. You can't even make a chart for it because the numbers wouldn't fit in these boxes. No, I'm just joking, but team building is where it's really at for the top end potential. Look at Eternal yesterday. He built a team, ended up onboarding SK. He built a team. Multiple people under these guys have built big teams, and he's retired. I've spoken to him. I've seen him on VC. He's not at retirement age. He's retired because he's put the work in and he's able to retire and just enjoy the rest of his life. This is the potential that we have here at ARK as well. You just got to put the work in. So, conclusion. Can you make 100K in ARK with a small investment? You certainly can. Although if you take your time to learn the protocol and how it works, you could potentially earn a lot more. I have a gold legacy NFT and I'm building a team because I've recognized that I can retire from ARK if I play the game correctly, work hard, and put the effort in. No better place to be than on board the ARK. This next section is just my standard team logo and some ARK information, white paper website, my Telegram publication. And I think this is really important, guys. I always put this at the bottom of all of my articles, just a little disclaimer that it's not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. And then I tend to use the same 5 tags. You can only put 5 in, and I tend to always have the same 5. Arkfi, in my opinion, is the most important. It hasn't got the biggest following on Medium as of yet, but that is the whole point of writing these articles, trying to pump that algorithm. We want Arkfi to be, as big as decentralized finance, passive income, cryptocurrency, and eventually investing. Investing is the biggest of these tags. And I think you can change these up, see what works for you. I've had tangible results from my Medium articles. These are the 5 tags that I used. So these are the 5 tags that I will continue to use because it seems to be hitting the right target audience. So I'm going to continue along those lines. Don't fix what isn't broken, as they say. And that is it from that article, guys. Another thing, just advice, my humble opinion. Your picture that people see attached to the article, very important. It's got to be eye-catching. And your title, hugely important, because if it's, a bit dull or not exciting, people aren't going to read the article. And then the first line. So this start, very, very important. I found from the people that I've spoken to, the advice that I've got from people who've been successful, it is my opinion, but it's the collective opinion of successful Medium article writers like Patrick from Cryptozoa, Catalyst from Cryptozoa, and I don't need to name anyone else. Those 2 guys are absolutely huge in the game. So any questions or comments or criticism or anything anybody wants to say?
Hey, great work, Brad. Been waiting for an article like this from you. I know that this is one of the titles and the structure of an article that is well converting, and we've seen these type of articles do very well for other platforms as well. So I'm interested to see how it converts for you and see how many referrals you get from it down the road. We know that the more of these articles that we can get out there in the future, as more people come and learn the Arkfi brand, they're going to be looking for information like this to see how they can structure their investment, what kind of returns they can see other people making. This is great. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brett. I appreciate that.
Oh, hey, I don't know. Did you drop the link in the main chat? I wanted to go over and clap it up. I didn't see it. Maybe I missed it.
I haven't, bro. I'm literally doing that as we speak. I've just got a little header that I use here for likes and comments and stuff. I actually forgot to do it before I started speaking about it, which
that's all right.
Wasn't the smartest, but
yeah. Usually I'll go through it. I scroll through it slowly, like I'm reading it again. That way, the algorithm thinks that I'm doing it real time.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I posted it, but I posted it in my team chat, not in the main. Okay. Here we go. I'm dropping it in the main channel right now. Yeah, sorry. I was really excited to present this tonight because I've been working on it for a few days, and I forgot to say, we usually start the segment with letting people know that you can clap, comment, follow, send your screenshot to Fortunate Enough, and you'll be entered for the 50 BUSD giveaway. I apologise. I should have started with that, but I've been really excited to get this one out there. As Brett said, it's one of the types of Medium articles that has done very, very well in the past for other projects. And I really want to push the algorithm for ARK in general. Obviously, I am building a team, but the main point of this for me is hopefully to motivate other people to go out there and do the same thing, because we've got a large community here, guys. If everybody starts doing this, our ARK will really take off in a big way. I want to monopolize the Medium platform with ARK. That's the goal. We need to get the word out there, and a lot of people are sitting on their hands thinking they can't do these things. Oh, I'm not a writer, and I say this every time we talk about it. I thought the same thing. Catalyst motivated me to do it. Now I've got my own publication. It's not huge. You can see on the screen I've got 51 followers, but they're all DeFi investors. All of these people, that is the target audience that I'm looking for. I've got 7 of my own articles in the publication. One from Betty, who's part of my syndicate. 4 from Get Your Ace, who's on the team. The publication's growing. I think we've got about 12 articles in there now. Anybody can do this, guys. It's really, really easy. I did start this Medium article about 3 days ago, but I only wrote the title and the first paragraph, and I've just been too busy. I had some other stuff to take care of. I finished this tonight before the podcast started. It didn't take long. Once you've written the first one, which I think's the easiest one, it's about I understand that people, have the fear factor of doing it, but it's super easy because you just write about your experience, and then once you've written your first one, it becomes really enjoyable, and they just get easier and easier and quicker and quicker. And this took less than an hour to write this. I mean, it's only a 4-minute read. It's not a huge long article, but they don't need to be. You don't need to write a 10-minute article and just add things in there for the sake of it. You don't need to do that. Get your point out there and publish it, and that's it. It's really, really easy, guys. And I'm more than willing to help anybody that wants to. We can do a private session. Doesn't need to be in public if you're not too confident about it. And we can go over it. We can get it done. And I promise you, once you've written your first one, it becomes super easy. And I can't promise you that it'll be enjoyable, but for me, I love writing these. I love thinking of the title, going on going on Google, finding the correct picture for it, and it's just a really enjoyable process. So get involved,
What
guys.
about
Get
the
involved.
results? 'Cause I think that's the most enjoyable part. What's the pot at the end of the rainbow? What does it look like when you put this work in?
Oh, it's great. A fifth of my entire team has come from Medium, a fifth of my entire team have come from onboarding people on Medium. Can I see you? Love you. And the results, they're incredible. My investment wouldn't be where it is today if I hadn't started writing these Medium articles, and that is just a fact because, super bullish, and people are sitting on their hands. If you let me, I'm going to write all the articles, and I really want other people to get out there and give this a go. And there's not many places that are, in the crypto world who are motivating you to do these things and will help you from beginning to end. I'm not just saying it. I'll sit down with anybody that wants the help from starting the title to the disclaimer at the bottom, and we can go through the whole thing, until you're confident and you have your first article. And then, the help's ongoing. It's not a one-time thing. And, it's like I said the other day, it's like I always talk about with these Medium articles. It's not just one opportunity to write an article and then you either get someone or you don't. I looked at the syndicate viewer 2 days ago, and I had another member on my team, and they haven't joined my my team chat. They've just read, and the only place I have any links is on Medium. So they have read a Medium article and obviously enjoyed it, learned about ARK, got the education, and they've joined my syndicate. That was from, I don't know which article it's from because I haven't spoken to that person, but these articles are there forever. Medium is a huge platform. It's only growing. ARK is only going to get bigger. More and more people are going to start to do their due diligence. Google ARK, find this information. And if you've got a Medium article there, then you have a permanent opportunity to onboard people to your syndicate. It's just an absolute no-brainer, in my opinion, to get one of these articles out there, or a YouTube video. Guys, get off your hands and get involved, because it really isn't hard. It really isn't.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, god damn.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Hey Brad, one other thing I know we've talked about before, but I've seen your all of your answers and everything in the main chat of Telegram and across our platforms has really gone to another level since you've been writing these, because it forces you to do the research and really understand what's going on with the protocol when you write these things. So, if anybody wants to become an expert or subject matter expert in Arkfi, writing these articles, doing these YouTube videos will take your Arkfi game to the next level for sure. Because you're going to have to dig in a little bit. You maybe have to ask some other people some questions to get clarification on things, but it kind of forces that learning process, which is amazing. Now I'm seeing you answer, the toughest of questions out on the main chat and tech support there. That a month ago were probably all new and confusing, and now I think you're at the top of your game for sure when it comes to ARK.
I appreciate that, and you are 100% correct. Writing these articles, it forces you to learn. Everybody learns in a different way, but when you write something or you make a video on something, it's a different type of learning. You're not just coasting over the information on the white paper. You're really ingesting it and learning it from a much deeper perspective. And I couldn't agree more. My ARK knowledge has improved tenfold since writing these articles. So that is just another string to the bow of why you should be writing these articles or making these videos, because it improves your knowledge, on top of gives you this fantastic opportunity to build your team, pump the algorithm, and and just in general make ARK a bigger, wider net. So there's so many positives to writing these articles and making these YouTube videos, and there are no negatives whatsoever. It's only positive. So again, get out there, guys. Give yourself the opportunity, and just take the time to put the work in, because like most things in life, you get in what you put out. No, you get out what you put in.
That's right. All right. So, look, we have Coach Roberto that's going to be joining us here. He's already here, but we're going to do the breathing session tonight with him, as we do every Monday. Thank you for coming by, Coach Roberto. First, we're going to do the Spark Rewards pool, but I do want to remind everyone that we're going to be giving away 50 BUSD tonight, besides the Spark Rewards pool. For the folks that are in here that are going to clap up the article, this is to really, zero in and use the power of the community to go ahead and do those votes so that the Medium platform sees that folks are really liking the articles that are being written about Arkfi, and that's just going to push us to the top of the list for the algorithm. And I do want to remind everyone that in order for you to qualify to win that BUSD reward, you have to go clap the article 50. You can do 50 claps, as well as take a screenshot of that, send it to Fortunate Enough. He's the head admin here at ARK. And this is, again, a great opportunity for giving back to our community. We do also request that anyone that participates in this is a investor at ARK. You need to have a minimum of 10 ARK in your wallet to be able to qualify for participation into these drawings for the BUSD. So thank you, folks. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and write that. We're going to go ahead and do Spark in just a minute. But before we do we have a question or a comment so far?
Hey, Atlas, I'd like to say we've got 43 participants here, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the most so far. And great article, Brad. Fantastic job, man. I like the way you threw an Elon Musk there, man. That's fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Realtor. Appreciate it. I like that little comment myself. I thought I'd throw that in there.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Comment, question? Maybe it's your first time here. All right. I think we'll just go ahead and do the giveaway. Look, guys, it continues to grow as usual, and we're seeing the Spark price pull at 177.09 ARK. That is 1,011.18 cents BUSD street value of ARK. So just give me a second here. We're going to go ahead and execute the transaction. And let's see who tonight's winner is. Where we go do our breathing to relax a little bit. Being a crypto investor is a high stress is a high stress business, but we all understand that here at ARK, the contract just keeps printing and printing. Are calm, cool, and collected. It's a long-term play. All right, here we go. And tonight's winner, folks, their wallet ends with 7612. You're the winner of 177.09 ARK. Congratulations. All right. That makes the grand total of paid out awards to 36 winners, $27,223.22. That is so bullish, guys.
Yeah, let's get this crypto. Baby. Oh, god damn.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Beautiful. Coach Roberto, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I spent an hour today with my crypto coach, and he's awesome. That's Brad.
And who would that be? Okay. We got a lot of experts in the room,
Coach.
and on the ARK. But yeah, Brad's amazing, man. He's a great person, a great human being, and a very important part of everything that we've done here at ARK. Wouldn't be ARK without him.
Let me ask him, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you, Coach, and you guys are making me blush. Thank you very much for the kind words.
I love that article. So, I'm going to start writing some articles like breath work and passive income and how it integrates through ARK. That would be great. So you know, what I can't see or hear is, how many people in the call have been doing, this breath work every Monday. So it'd be nice for people to maybe text or send information, so we know how many out of like 40 or 50 people are doing the exercise. Just to have a feeling of the because the more we breathe together, I think the faster and the more the community will expand and the abundance is going to come in, because we're tapping into, because the breath is spirit. So it's like breathing in together spirit that's going to give us the power to bring the community together so we can grow together. And today's topic, every week we're going to probably learn about a breath technique. So today's is learning about belly breathing. There's all kinds of different breath. There's heart breathing, there's belly breathing, there's box breathing, there's happy breathing. So belly breathing, and why is belly breathing important? Because most of us are probably breathing more in the chest, and we don't even notice that we're not breathing in the belly. So the more you can put attention on doing belly breathing, the fuller you're going to be able to breathe. Because when you do belly breathing, you're using your diaphragm, which is the biggest muscle in our body. And we have many breathing muscles and many accessory breathing muscles, but the diaphragm is a primary breathing muscle. So if you're doing belly breathing, and when you inhale, the belly should be going out. And when that happens, the diaphragm is going in. And when the diaphragm goes in, the lungs expand. And then when you exhale on the belly should be going in, and then the lungs get squeezed by the diaphragm and lets all the air out. And what that's helping to do is to be able to get the oxygen to the lower part of the lungs where there's more blood vessels, so you can get more exchange of the gases that take place. So you're going to start naturally, feeling better and breathing better, feeling better, because you're bringing more oxygen exchange in your blood cells. So if you don't breathe into your belly, you're breathing real shallow and you're not getting the full breath. So one way of knowing if you're breathing into your belly is like, go ahead and you can be doing sitting down or standing up or lying down. But if you're sitting down, just sit down and relax. Put your feet, relax your feet. Try to have your spine straight. You relax your shoulders. And then put your hands in your belly. Or you can also put them in your side, like in your love handles. So when you inhale, so just practice taking a big inhale through your nose and see what happens to your belly. See if the belly is just moving out or it's moving in. So when you inhale, notice the belly breathing and your love handles moving out. So when you inhale, it should go out, and then when you exhale, your hands should be squeezed in by the belly. So your belly goes in, and you should try to bring your belly button all the way back to your spine. So you inhale, your belly should expand, and then when you exhale, the belly should go all the way back if you can. So put your attention there, inhale into your belly. Let that belly expand sideways and out. Then exhale, bring it in. Like we're used to, as men, to be like getting the gut in, the chest out, looking tough, and that's kind of like an automatic, unconscious, chronic posture that blocks us from free breathing into the belly. Women do the same thing for their appearance. They hold the belly in. A flat tummy, after all, is what the fashion magazines promote as ideal and beautiful. So sometimes fear of sexual energy, sexual trauma, self-consciousness, or embarrassment about this feeling can cause people to freeze, to contract, or hold their pelvis and lower abdominal area. Tension or discomfort due to digestive problems or menstrual change. It can also cause habitual holding, tension, contraction in the abdomen. So, but the idea is to be free and be able to expand. So the kind of the magic mantra, if you have anxiety or you got fear or you got some stuff going on, is to breathe slow and low. So remember, slow and low, which means you breathe in through the nose, deep into the stomach, which is low, and then breathe it in. exhale in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So now, in the last few weeks, we've been practicing the 20 breath technique. So we're going to do breathing into the nose, exhale through the mouth, the 20 breath technique, but we're going to be breathing into the belly. So it's a 20 breath, I call it a 20 breath belly breath. Okay, so we're going to inhale. When we inhale, the attention goes into the belly. So we're going to do 20 breath technique all into the belly. So are we ready? Okay, so first set.
So
Yeah.
Just before we start, I just want to let everybody know, as every other week, I'm going to post the information on today's breathing exercises and the overview in the main chat, so you can, read up on it and research it, and just have that literature there for future learning.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Great. Thank you. And the other thing is, if you're going to be coming every Monday, I would practice this belly breathing for the rest of the week. And I suggest 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at midday, and 5 minutes at night to get started. And just notice how you feel every day. So you're going to be practicing different breath techniques every week. So we're going to use the 20 breath techniques, which is 4 sets of 5. And we're going to inhale through the nose, and we're going to exhale through the mouth. So are we ready? So here we go. First set, inhale, let that belly out, exhale, bring it in. Remember, exhale through the mouth, inhale, exhale. Feel your belly going out and in with your hands. Inhale, exhale. 3, inhale, exhale. And last set, bring it in full. Inhale, exhale. So pause for a second. Notice how you're feeling. We go into the second set. Here we go. Remember, inhale, belly goes out. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Let the belly go all the way in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. One more time. Take it in deeper and fuller. Inhale. Then exhale. All the way in. Now we're going into the third set. Here we go. Inhale. Feel that belly going out. Exhale in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 3. All the way in. Inhale 4. Exhale. And the last one, inhale full. Inhale. Then let it go. Squeeze it all the way in. That's good. Relax. And now last set. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Now take it in deep and hold that belly out. Inhale it full. Pause. Feel that full belly. Just hold it as long as you can. Notice how you're feeling. If you have to let it go and exhale out the mouth. If not, just keep holding. Relax your body, relax your mind. And when you're ready, release it, let it go. And just notice how you're feeling. Just notice if it feels difficult for you to expand the belly, or was it easy, was it hard? You should feel a little more relaxed. Notice the energy, any sensations in your body, in your mind. How's everybody doing? Let's do another set, but this time we're going to inhale through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. And again, we're going to bring it into the belly. Okay? Any questions? So here we go. First set. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you're expanding the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 4. And the fifth one, take it in deep. Exhale. Pause. Keep observing. There's no right or wrong. Just keep putting the attention on the belly. Here we go. Second set. The last one, inhale deep. Let it go. Pause. Get ready for the third set. Here we go. Last one. Notice how you're feeling. Pause. Here we go. Fourth set. Inhale. Take it in deep and hold. Inhale. To get that belly out. Hold the belly. Notice it. Hold it as long as you can. Notice how you're feeling. Relax. Don't force anything. Relax your shoulders. Relax your mind. And when you have to let it go, just let it go. And bring that belly button all the way in. Perhaps you hold it in for a while. And just observe how you're feeling. Notice your thoughts. Be aware of the thoughts. Shift your attention to your body. Notice any heaviness, any contraction, any emotions. And you observe how you're feeling. There's nothing to do. Just keep relaxing. And just follow the breath. Notice how the breath is breathing you now. Are you breathing through the nose? Are you breathing through the mouth? Are you breathing slow and full? How is the breath breathing you? Sometimes the breath breathes us, and sometimes we have to breathe the breath. It's playing with it. So you can shift your energy, shift your thoughts, shift any emotions by shifting your breath. So when you're ready, any comments or anybody that wants to share their experience?
I've got a story for you, Coach.
Okay.
I've got a story for you. So I've trained jiu-jitsu for 4.5 years. Not much in the last year or so. But I remember a year into my training, my sort of mentor would put me through some jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And he would see me gasp for air at points of like this third or fourth round of a bout.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I had my second loss, he basically stopped me from training MMA and made me do belly breathing for a whole week.
Wow.
Right? So what we did here, sorry, you were saying something?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so he basically had me sort of belly breathing, and the kind of sort of session we did right now, I would do it for 2 to 3 hours a day for long periods of times. And then I would do cardio and I'd do my other stuff, and I felt, I would say, a 60% improvement in my bouts. And then I drew one bout and then I won the second bout. So if you guys don't mind, can I share my screen? I want to kind of show it to you what it looks like on real. Then I'll do the DeFi news.
That's awesome. Great. Yeah, that's
yeah. Atlas, could I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. So it's a minute video. It's not long, but this is how you train in MMA. So if you guys can see my screen.
He's breathing. It's pretty easy to do if you just steps. So the first one, you got to learn just to suck in. You breathe out a couple of times and then suck in. That's it. You do that. Once you figure out how to get in, then go in and out. That's step 2. Step 3, go side to side. Once you go side to side, man, you have a lot of control. That's it. It's pretty fun to mix in your workouts. If your workout gets monotonous, everyone should be creative and throw in fun things.
Yeah. So that was a minute video of how I used to train, and it became a ritual for me for like a good, you can say, for a whole year. I would do it first thing in the morning.
Let me ask you, when you inhaled there, it looked like he was inhaling and bringing the belly in, which is the opposite of what we were just doing, which is okay for that kind of training, because what that's doing is closing and bringing the energy up, right? And and that's one kind of training. In the belly breathing, which is reverse, it's like a reverse belly breathing. Which martial artists use it to move the energy in the dantium, like the Tai Chi guys and stuff like that, like you guys. The belly breathing that we're doing now is a little different, because when we inhale, the stomach goes out and then the diaphragm is coming in, which expands your lungs all the way to the bottom, so it brings in more air. Most of us, a lot of us, like especially men, we're doing it the opposite. Unconsciously, we're breathing in when we inhale.
Right.
And when you do that, what you're doing is you're shutting down the lungs.
Right.
Because the diaphragm goes up, and because the stomach goes in, the diaphragm goes out, it squeezes the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
No, it's super interesting.
So if you do that unconsciously, it's not good, because you're not bringing in all the air and the circulation into your blood. Now, as a practice, to be able to move energy, and what he was doing, is powerful stuff, because that's how you can really start moving the energy from the like the Kundalini energy up the spine and through the body and stuff like that, and that's more master kind of stuff. But yeah, so there's a distinction of breathing properly from a physiology point of view.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that'll help you balance. Because what you're doing is you're strengthening the diaphragm. Most of have weak diaphragms because we don't practice that muscle. So our lungs are not working out. And when you massage the diaphragm, which is the biggest muscle, you're helping all the other muscles around it and all the organs.
Interesting. Yeah. So the diaphragm. I think when I did a bit of kickboxing, we would strengthen the diaphragm by taking punches, right? Strengthen it.
Yeah.
Right. But otherwise, we're not really using it as a mental muscle. Are we? It's sort of compartmentalized. So you're right. It's a weak muscle.
Yeah, and it should be a strong muscle from a healthy point of view.
Interesting. Super interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to belly breathing. I'm doing box breathing and the 21 breathing steps every morning.
Yeah.
But I'll add belly breathing to it.
Yeah. If if you do box breathing, put your attention and making sure when you inhale, right, you're putting your belly out and then belly in. Some people, like people in the military and a lot of athletes, when they're trying to figure out, they have a hard time because they're breathing the other way. I used to, when I started doing Tai Chi, I was the same thing. I would breathe, I would always breathe in, when I inhale. And then I was trying to figure out why I was always short of breath. I was breathing wrong and I didn't even know it.
This should be a thing in every school, like kindergarten onwards, like learn how to breathe properly.
Absolutely. Because you're going to be more creative. You're going to have more clarity. Like you can control your anxiety levels, whatever it is.
Yeah.
With proper breathing, there's some studies out there, where, like ambulance calls, to the hospitals, like 70% of the problems or something like that it's a problem of not breathing correctly.
Wow.
People freaking out, right? and hyperventilating and stuff like that,
Right.
But it was, and a lot of the sickness and everything is caused by lack of breathing and having the proper oxygen levels in your blood or CO2 levels and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a math scientist, but you can read all about it. because there's a physiology and there's a psychology and there's the emotional part of the whole thing. Now, what you were doing as a martial artist, it was okay because you were strengthening certain muscles there, and what you really were doing is moving energy, right, and be able to like explode with the energy by letting like the energy moving from your dantium.
Yeah.
And letting the energy lead you. So you have to use a different, it's a little different because you have to bring in your, what do they call them in yoga? The 3 or 4, I forgot what they call them.
7 chakras.
Yeah,
We're talking about
yeah.
chakras. So we're throwing sort of energy upwards, basically. That's what I was told.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're blocking the area, right? And then you're bringing the energy in, more into the different chakras.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel there's 2 parts in my personal life when I have to basically have sort of a box breathing technique. One time is in a jiu-jitsu bout. So when you're getting choked by another man, to maneuver, when you have to maneuver, you need flexibility. So you have to hold your breath, release, and the second you release, that's when you maneuver. So that's one technique. And then Atlas knows this one when you're holding on to a Dow Jones index. When you're holding up to a long position and it goes against you 30, 40 points, but it's going up. You know it's going to go up. And you have to hold a painful threshold of being $1,000 down or $2,000 down and then seeing a plight and euphoria. So those are 2 moments that I really need a good breathing technique.
Yeah. Hey, I love your sharing and your stories, because it brings in some reality into what we're doing.
Absolutely. I study sort of how Naval SEALs train and how sort of ISI, which is like the military in Pakistan, how they train. They're like the top 5 ranks, and how do they enhance their cardio? And there's 2 things. One is sort of the breathing apparatus they work on, and the other one is high altitude training. So they send their folks up to the mountains where there's less oxygen. And I mean, that's what boxers and MMA fighters do. They go to, if you're in America, you go to Big Bear for high altitude training. If you're in Russia, you go to Dagestan in the mountains. But if you can't, but the thing is, if you can't get there, then the breathing, when you're holding your breath for like 20, 30, 40 seconds, you're kind of imitating what you're going through at high altitude. Pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's all, and I never thought, my coach always said, you would say, who should be doing breath work? He goes, well, if you have a nose, a heart, and lungs, and a belly button, you should be doing breath work.
It's like I was fortunate. The last thing I'll say, then I'll let others speak. The last thing, like so when I was going through kindergarten, in California, there was an Ayurveda clinic near my school, and my mother would go there. She had friends there, and she would leave me there for like an hour before she would come. My mom was a nurse, so she would come and pick me up from the Ayurveda clinic at 4 p.m. Because her friends would sort of, and for that 1 hour, I would just sit in classes and understand sort of Kundalini yoga, understand breathing techniques, understand Raja, and how they enlighten the 7 chakras. So that's something I was doing from 5 years of age to 7 years of age. It was 2 years of that. Pardon?
It's a gift.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm very, very relaxed. I mean, there's people here that know me personally. I never lose my mind. I never get angry. I never shout, because I'm able to basically hold that energy before I release, and then have regrets. Right? So So that's what they teach you. They're like breathing when you're holding your breath for like a good 30, 40 seconds or sometimes a minute or two. Sometimes underwater breathing, you're holding your emotions. You're basically controlling your energy valves. And that's what Ayurveda teaches you. And they teach you how to control energy. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that.
Okay, thank you. I love to get feedback from people that had done breath work, and their experience, because we all learn from each other,
Absolutely. I think all our DNAs are different, no doubt. The way our chromosomes are met are different. Our facets are different. Some people know how to fly. Some people know how to swim. Some people know how to run, right? But we all have the same sort of amount of organs. We all have the same lung capacity. We have the same brain capacity, the same arms, the legs, limbs. So when it comes to yoga and these things, we have a bunch of similar factors, and doing sets of, breathing and everything is recommended for all facets of attributes for any kind of person.
Absolutely. Or for any kind of business or arts, like if you take anybody in top of anything in the arts, in music, in the martial arts, even in the cryptos, right? You can see that they're all, there's like a calm, clear energy, and they're all pretty much conscious, very conscious and aware, and they're all breath mastery. They're all like master their breath, They've done breath work, whatever kind of breath work they were doing.
In crypto, what you kind of go through is you get really good at breathing because you have to hold your breath for a whole year when your portfolio is down. So you're good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But we're here to make it easier, so you don't have to go through all that.
Absolutely. No, we enjoy these sessions. But yeah, if anyone else has any opinions, by all means, speak up and we'll spin this wheel. Thank you, guys.
All right, is there anybody here that participated and does not see their name on the list? All right, it's fortunate. So we can count of 3, 2, 1. All right, Frank Yoda, congratulations. Let's go. Nice work, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Fortunate.
Is Frank Yoda on the call?
No, he's not. He's one of my followers on Medium. He's in ARK, obviously.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. Kudos to him. $50, Frank Yoda. Awesome. So should I segment into my DeFi session? I got some news to share. Let's go. Yeah, today I'm gonna mix it up because I've got a bunch on my mind: world news, economical news, and DeFi news. So you guys are gonna hear from me a little bit. I will share my screen. And usually I don't look at world news as much as I should do, but ChatGPT has really got my attention. It really has. When I use ChatGPT every single day, it makes me think that we are going to be in a different world set, in a different sort of utility set in the next 2-3 years. In 2-3 years, our lives are going to change. The way we write articles, the way we do things. And then I started to like kind of look into these things. So I realized, can you guys see my screen? Just someone give me the heads up. If not, I'll do it again.
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Yeah, so the world's changing, folks. The world's changing, and the two big things that Bill Gates was asked a few weeks back was, give us your comments on crypto and AI. On crypto, he says it's still solving itself. It's got a long way to go. Regulation, frameworks, and stuff. But he goes, AI is what's changing the game right now. We've taken about 20 steps ahead in AI. And so he was talking. So the reason he's talking all those things is because Microsoft did a extended partnership with OpenAI, and not a sponsor deal that you see in a sports event or on a T-shirt. This deal is worth billions of dollars, multi-billions. So this is the announcement. This was a blog done by Microsoft.com, right? So Microsoft announced this thing where they're like, today we are announcing the third phase of our long-term partnership with OpenAI through a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar investment to accelerate AI breakthroughs to ensure these benefits are broadly shared with the world. So they're working on 3 different main sets, okay? So they're working on supercomputing at scale. They're working on new AI-powered experiences. So this talks about VR, it talks about Azure, talks about, you can say, like faster bandwidth, faster everything, right? And then also cloud providers. So they want to sort of accelerate their Azure cloud. So like there's a cloud force like AWS, there's Salesforce, there's others. Azure is sort of Microsoft's AI module, and they want to enhance that, which means they want the AI to be doing all sorts of stuff. They want it to be doing factory labor. They want it to be doing service industry stuff. They want it to make automations in so many different ways, right? Like 70% of our sort of daily habits are automated right now as we speak. So this thing's going to enhance it by another 100x in the next 10 years. So whilst we see deals like this happen, right? We see admirations from Microsoft for things like OpenAI. Our world right now is going through a bit of change. You must hear about the layoffs, right? So I'm trying to connect the dots here. So Google parent company Alphabet to lay off 12,000 employees in the latest tech cuts, right? Like we're seeing headlines like this. Among those losing their jobs are recruiters, corporate staff, and people working on engineering and product teams. So we're seeing things like this happen, right? And basically what's really happening is Google is taken out with the old and in with the new, right? Out with the old is having data sort of sets of like people and vast sort of office roles just pounding on their keyboards, you know, putting in information and basically scaling their search engine. So they needed people power then to do the data mining, to do the organizing, to do all the sort of query logs. Now you're having things like AI, right? OpenAI, that's going to be doing a bunch of that. So that means that they're going to have, so 10,000, 12,000 sort of were cut from Google parent company Alphabet, right? Google's laid off 12,000 people. I believe Microsoft has laid out quite a few people, I think 3,000-4,000. And today we're hearing Spotify laying off, I think 6% of its labor. So Swedish music streaming giant Spotify says it will cut 6% of its about 10,000 employees. So about 600 employees will be losing their jobs. And as we go through our lives in the next few years, we're going to hear more. We're going to hear more layoffs. like this. And we're always going to see it at the sort of January period, especially after Christmas, because that's when you have the new quarter in. Most sort of stock companies and sort of, you can say, financial hedge funds, they clear out their old orders and they look for new information, for new stock, for new picks. And that's what happens. It's the same with individuals. So as we get into like automation, as we get into AI, this is going to impact us in so many different ways, in the sort of tech sense, in our lifestyle sense. And now we have people like Catalyst that show you examples of how ChatGPT helps with writing articles, helps with finding things. I myself, right, created 3 websites in a matter of one day. I created its design, I created its menu border, I created all its things within, you can say, 1 hour of each completion. And that's done through ChatGPT. So AI has a big saying of what we do. And especially when you look into things like the Ethereum ecosystem. I'm hoping I'm not hurting anyone's head right now. If I'm going too heavy, just tell me, Z, it's too heavy. But we look into this, right? Thing like you can do this research on your own, but this is the Ethereum layer 2 ecosystem, right? Let me make this a bit bigger. So you have Starkware, you have your PyDAOs, you have your automation, your betting, your privacy coins, you have your NFTs and your exchanges, your communities, you have your side chains, you have your payment structures. Remember, guys and girls, this is all going to be automated. And this is the future that we kind of play with in DeFi sense. So if you are early here, and you're into the ROI types and you're buying your bags and you're buying dips on these kind of projects like Aave and synthesizing your tokens and using things like Immutable X for privacy, right? You're ahead of the game. You're way ahead of the game. So in a few 2-3 years from now, you're in a good spot, especially with what's happening with the world right now, with AI taking over. And remember, like the blockchain is a enhancement of AI. Do you think the AI will trade dollars and euros and yens and paper money when it has control? No, it's going to go into Polygon layer 2. It's going to go into Aave. It's going to go into these sort of modules. So that's my sort of personal foresight of where I see things going. Now let's go to our Discord and have a bit of a laugh. I think I've taken this way too seriously, and we should laugh. Our friend Terry Tibbs, again, man, you and your memes, man, it just gets better. It's a breath of fresh air every day. I go through this and this one's a personal one. So if Udemann's here, Udemann, do you like this meme that I've posted here? Is he here? If he's not here, no worries. But yeah, your luck and Udemann's luck. I love it. So you have this one. Then you have another one, right? That says, you told me the trading blocks were real. Real is such a relative term. So we're talking about the trading bots sort of saga right now in the DApp form and DeFi form. It's funny. And I love this one. This one made me laugh today. It's got this kitten with a really, if no one can see right now, it's a kitten with open up eyes and a worried face, and goes, the Spark price pool is worth how much today? It's worth how much? I love it. So Terry Tibbs, if you're here, man, kudos to you, man. You make our life so much more entertaining. So that's the news. There. So the memes have been great. And we are 525 members. We have really taken up the membership. So you guys are listening to me, and you guys are bringing your family and friends and the gardener and the plumber and everybody to the ARK Discord, where they're getting educated, where they're getting their questions answered. I'm liking the fact that some people from the community are starting to answer questions. This shows that the article writing, all the education that we do on a day-to-day basis, is in fact helping each other, and we're basically finding ways of collaborating. And that's an educated server. And that's why we do podcasts. That's why we do this thing. So let's go into DeFi news today and kind of look into a few different things. So Ethereum right now is going through its hard fork, right? It's going through its testnet right now for the big staking and unstaking features, right? So what Ethereum did in the last week or so is pretty interesting. The title reads, Ethereum devs create shadow forks to test conditions for Ether withdrawal. Developers are attempting to attack the fork's testnet with malicious nodes to see if they can find vulnerabilities. So if you know about launches, if you know how DeFi works, whenever there's a launch or there's a new sort of bridge being launched, or if there's a staking protocol added to a famous protocol, like Ethereum, like Aave, what usually happens is there's malicious attacks on the nodes. You have people DDoSing it. When I say the word DDoSing, I mean instead of having one click per image, there's about 10,000 clicks per second happening. And what that does is it basically attacks the website, and then the website's bandwidth can't handle that, and it takes it down. So now imagine that on the blockchain now, on the mainnet. That's what Ethereum's doing right now. It's going through, it's got like its best hackers on the grid right now, doing shadow forks on the mainnet, on the testnet. So they're looking for the function of staking, unstaking. So they're seeing if a person can unstake their token, how many unstakes can it handle in one given go. So it's going through the shadow forks, and thus far it's looking good. They look like they're on point for March. So March is that Shanghai hard fork. So here it reads over 14.5 million Ethereum, over $21 billion worth at the time of this written, has been deposited into Ethereum's staking contract and cannot currently be withdrawn. According to December report Nansen, in November, Ethereum's dev came under harsh criticism for allegedly moving the goalposts in regards to enabling withdrawal. So yeah, they had to delay their withdrawal function. It was supposed to happen in the Berlin hard fork, but they extended it because they want to make sure that they're bulletproof. They don't want the stuff that's happening to Solana happen to them. They don't want the same stuff that happens on Cardano happening to them. And that takes me to my next article, and then we can sort of call it off there, But I think these are important things. Cardano was down for a little bit, right? So Cardano, if any of you are ADA holders, Cardano recovers from an outage on 50% relay and block producing nodes. So Cardano was down last night, folks. So last night during the anomaly on the Cardano network, the entire network did not go down. There was a brief period of degradation. Most nodes impacts had gracefully recovered. No network restart was required. So yeah, it was a brief moment where all Cardano was down, and you can see it in this chart here. This person here tweeted it. So Tom Stokes tweeted about this. He goes, a few hours ago, over half of all Cardano nodes went offline. This is why decentralization matters, right? Things like this, right? I think happened at about 3-4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, EST. But yeah, it went down and sort of, but fortunately it was only down for I believe an hour and a half, so about 90 minutes, and it didn't need to restart. So we're gonna hear more about this. I wanna hear more. I wanna know what exactly caused this to happen. So Cardano staking operator SPO and users have been reporting at least half of the nodes of the network briefly went offline over the weekend. According to Telegram SPO for Input Output Global, the engineering and research fintech behind the Cardano blockchain, an anomaly caused 50% of Cardano nodes. So I think as we get through the week, we're going to hear more about this, like what caused this on Cardano. So that's the news on Cardano. and basically Vitalik Buterin spoke a bit this week as well, and he talked about the challenges on the mainnet. So I'm going to kind of read this thing briefly. Or in fact, I think I'm going to let you guys read this one. This one's a bit heavy on the soul. But in this thing, I think I'll read a little extract from it though. So he goes, by default, anything that goes into a public blockchain is public. Increasingly, this means not just money and financial transaction, but also Ethereum name services, so DNSs, names, POAPs, proof of attendance protocol, NFTs, soulbound tokens, and much more. In practice, using the entire suite of Ethereum's application involves making a significant portion of your life public for anyone to see and analyze, right? So on one side, we do have our privacy, right, through Polygon, through Layer 2. But on the other side, a business, if we think about a public company's affairs go public. Everything's sort of validated on the blockchain, and then everyone can view it. Improving the state of affairs is an important problem. This is widely recognized. So far, however, discussions on improving privacy have largely centered around one specific use case: privacy-preserving transfers, and usually self-transfers of Ethereum and mainstream ERC20 tokens. So this is when we get into our ZK snarks and our privacy and our layer 2s and stuff. But it's nice to see Vitalik kind of touch on it. Pretty honest.
Could I bring something to your attention? So he also came out with something here recently that he's working on. He's called it the stealth address system, to where that someone generates a fresh address for each transaction. Have you heard of that?
Should I read the paragraph? Should I read the paragraph on stealth?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. You got it.
I'll touch on them. So he goes, basic stealth addresses can be implemented fairly quickly today and could be a significant boost to practical user privacy on Ethereum. They do require some work on the wallet side to support them. That said, it is my view that wallets should start moving towards a more native multi-address model. Creating a new address for each application you interact with could be one option for other privacy-related reasons as well. But yeah, if you want to expand on that, do tell us.
That's it. That's about all I know about it. I just have a daily newsletter that comes to me every day, and that was something that the article said, getting stealthy. It said, Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, has proposed a so-called stealth address system, and it kind of goes into detail how it generates a new wallet address per transaction on that end. That's kind of really all I know about it, but I thought that's very interesting.
Absolutely. No. That's exactly what it is. As he used a wallet for each sort of priority of you can say, if you're using different dApps or apps, then you use a different wallet for each one, and that's a good privacy focus as well. But yeah, I think we should certainly expand on this. I'm gonna speaking more about this, but yeah, boys and girls, that's the end of my news.
Hey Z, maybe one to look at along the privacy line. A layer 1 I came across is called XX Network, and it's basically a privacy layer 1, a DeFi privacy layer 1. Just throw that up on your radar screen. It's,
I just hope the wrong XX doesn't come on my screen. But we are correct.
You're an X short. You got to do 3X for that one.
I'm 1X short, but yeah, XX Network, building a world where your life belongs to you. Brett, we will go into a rabbit hole with this, huh? Next session. Thank you. But yeah, I think that covers it for today, guys and girls. I hope that was, gave you guys some information and we learned something. But I think I'm going to do it in this format. I'm going to talk about world news a little bit because it does interconnect. Things like AI, things like Google laying off 12,000 people, take that into consideration with Spotify happening. Then soon as we're going to hear from the banking industry, we're going to hear from many different healthcare. All these things will be hit by AI, and yeah, our crypto is that sort of payment structure for AI coming up. So I think it's an important thing, and privacy is really important. ZK Snarks is really important, but we'll cover them very soon. But thank you, guys.
Thank you. Great presentation, brother. All right, folks. Do you have any questions or comments? All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and conclude tonight's podcast. We want to thank everyone that participated here with us this evening. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of this community, being an investor in ARK. We are working very, very hard. Things are looking really great with the PWA. A lot of marketing push happening right now, as you're able to see. Great collaboration with Gollum's Gem. Huge, massive group of DeFi investors over there. They got a tweet out. Make sure to go ahead and retweet that, like it. And you're going to be seeing more AMAs coming up, as well as some fantastic YouTubers that are getting, behind ARK, and really starting to spread the message, spread the word of what we're doing here, what is special, what is so exciting about what ARK's been able to put together for investors. So with that, we also want to thank the folks that are not here live listening to the podcast tonight. If you're listening at a different time, we also thank you for your participation. We hope that you found it educational, entertaining, and that you're also getting a lot out of these recordings, as there's folks in Asia and also in Europe that are generally asleep at this time. We do get a lot of DMs from you guys thanking us. So we will be back tomorrow, another Spark prize pool drawing, more information, more updates, more learning about DeFi. And Coach Roberto, thank you for the fantastic breath. I did it with the rest of the community tonight. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. We hope to see you again next Monday, and that you're enjoying your investment here in ARK. Thank you, folks. We wish you all a wonderful evening. Good night.